four things that I like to talk about when I do public lectures are global poverty, but Jay did such a great job. The philanthropic sector, and Gina did a great job. Shopping, no one's talked about that yet, but I won't. And how cities grow, how cities develop, and in particular how this city has grown and how it has developed. And I thought that we could spend some time together talking about the patterns of growth of this city and what implications that has on how we live our lives, how we build community, and what that word community really means. So this all started because every Saturday morning over my cereal, I look at the Calgary Herald New Homes section and I see this very strange and troubling map, which is strange and troubling for many, many reasons. One of the reasons it's strange is because the scale is completely messed up. This is the existing city here, and then these are the suburbs. The reason it's troubling, and I know you can't see it, but I did that a bit on purpose. The reason it's troubling is because it's color-coded. And it's color-coded in terms of new neighborhoods by what sorts of people ought to live there in terms of income. Pink is starter homes, and in Calgary, a starter home means a home that costs less than $300,000. Blue is estate homes, and that means a home that costs more than $750,000. And if you were to be able to see the colors, and we'll talk much more about this, you'll see that we're building neighborhoods where only a particular kind of people live. And I thought this was challenging. And I thought to myself, has it ever been thus? Have we always segregated ourselves into neighborhoods, into communities by income? This is seniors, okay? 1991, 2006. People are trying to age in place. They're trying to stay in their same neighborhoods as they get older. But the housing stock might not be right. There might not be condos for them to move into. There may, in fact, not be services for them to be able to access. Last thing I want to talk about when we look at these maps is income. This is 1991. Income pieces. So you see the darker, the richer. But by and large, back then, the city of Calgary was pretty average. Most neighborhoods were average. They had rich people and they had poor people living in them. And it's sort of mixed up in this mean. When we got to 2001, it started to look a little bit different. We started to see some neighborhoods that were less wealthy, some that were more wealthy. When I looked at 2006, I was super happy because the problem seemed to have solved itself. We're all average again. Then I looked at the numbers carefully, and I realized that it was because these neighborhoods had average household income greater than $800,000. So the first decile, everything in light yellow, was everyone between $25,000 and $140,000. Not very helpful. So I tried a different way to skin the cat. The pink neighborhoods are the neighborhoods back in 1991 that were 30% below the median income in Calgary. So there's a few of them. Interestingly, and contrary to popular belief, none of those are in my part of the city in the northeast. But there are a few of them. By 2006, it starts to look quite different. And we start to have very serious pockets of poverty that occur throughout the city. We can flip it around and look at those neighborhoods that are that were 30% above the average income. 1996, 2006. It's very interesting here. Where are they getting a new LRT? Where are they getting a new high school? Okay, these things have implications as we move forward. One thing that doesn't change, by the way, crime. People tend to think that low-income neighborhoods or high ethnic neighborhoods, let's not put too fine a point on it, are areas where there is high crime. Statistics don't bear that out. This is crime against people, pretty much scattered across the city. This is crime against property. Again, pretty much scattered around the city. This matters. And it matters because everyone you ask who thinks about the future of community and about city talks about this importance of mixing. This map is a map of the City of Calgary recreational facilities. Wherever you see a blotch, right, that's where we built a recreational facility. Let's draw that same red line. Isn't that interesting? So what that suggests to me is that if you truly want to build neighborhoods that are welcoming to everyone, that welcome participation from everyone, from the rich and the poor, in fact, what you need to do is overinvest in those neighborhoods that are seen by real estate agents as less desirable in order to create that kind of mixing. Just as importantly as it is to invest in things like affordable housing to create the mixing on the other side. I want to leave you with one challenge. Even look around the room today at the folks who are interested in getting engaged in the future of the community and in building this sort of community, and think to yourself, who's not in the room? Whose voice is not being heard? Are we doing a good job of reflecting the kind of community we live in and the kind of community that we want to live in as we think about what we're trying to build? And if those people aren't in the room, if the voice is not here, let's think hard about how we can not just hear, but respond to, communicate, and converse with those voices. And that is what I will leave you with today. Thank you.